Hey guys, just a quick note. This is going to be a spoiler-strewn video. So if you have not read Wuthering Heights, please click off now because I'm gonna be talking about a lot of stuff in the book. Pretty much the whole book. Thank you. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. My name is Emma and I am a debut author currently working on her debut novel, Blackridge. Welcome to the first video of my podcast series, Let's Chat, which is a series where I chat about everything and anything. Today, let's chat about Wuthering Heights. I also have a cup of tea with me. This is, I believe, lemon ginger tea. I believe I've had lemon ginger before, but I can't really remember what it tastes like. So I guess this will be a fun new experience while we talk about Wuthering Heights. So to start off, I have some notes and I'm gonna try not to talk a lot because I have a tendency to do that when I'm passionate about something, which I am about this because I recently just watched the official Wuthering Heights trailer, which I don't know who's making it. I think it might be Netflix or Warner Brothers. I'll put it up on the screen now. But I was dismayed to see how the trailer was advertising and what the movie was being made to look like. Basically, what I've seen from the trailer is that they are marketing it as a love story between Heathcliff and Kathy. Now, in case you need a refresher on what happens in the Wuthering Heights book, and just to clarify, I read Wuthering Heights at the beginning of this year for school, so my memory is a little fuzzy, and I apologize if I get anything wrong, but I am pretty confident that around not the middle, it's not around the beginning and it's kind of in the middle between the beginning and the middle of the book. Kathy basically gets sick out of spite and dies because she married this one man when she could have chosen Heathcliff, but she decided not to. Heathcliff ran away. Heathcliff comes back years later. She gets mad at her husband and is mad at Heathcliff, and I think she dies to punish them or something. I know I'm not getting into a lot of detail on that. I will be getting into more detail on the actual book itself later, but I don't want to be getting into much at the moment because it's very confusing and I have not had the brain power yet to wrap my mind around it. Anyway, that already makes me concerned because the trailer that I saw, and I'm pretty sure it was the official trailer, said the greatest love story ever told. Now, I don't know what they're basing this off of. There are so many good romances that should be classified as that. There wasn't even a romance between them. That was the point, was there was never a romance between Kathy and Heathcliff because Kathy chose that Linton guy. Heathcliff ran away. Heathcliff comes back and is like dating, like flirting with Linton's sister to get back at him, I think. Please ignore my dog in the background. Catherine like gets mad at them. I think she's mad at both of them. She might be just mad at her husband, but I'm pretty sure she was mad at both of them because there was this like big argument scene, and dies, like essentially kills herself out of spite. And that's not even like around the middle of the book, I don't think. I think that's pretty in like close to the beginning. So like what they've shown in the trailer is that either the entire movie is not a Wuthering Heights movie, but a Wuthering Heights inspired movie, as my mom put it. Editing Emma here. I just realized in the process of editing this video that the trailer does in fact say inspired by the greatest love story ever told, so it is possible that they are not doing false advertising and they are actually doing a Wuthering Heights inspired movie. Yeah, so oopsies, but anyway, enjoy the rest of the video. Or it is completely false advertising, and they are just putting in clips of the first like quarter of the book. And let me tell you, the other 3/4 of the book consist of Heathcliff ruining Kathy's family members and Linton's family members' lives because he's angry that she died. Yeah, so I don't know. I saw The Greatest Love Story Ever Told, and that just really, really bothered me. I don't know. This movie, I might watch it when it comes out, but I'm concerned because the book, I read it for school, and I was excited to start reading it because I do like all those like classics. Like I like Jane Eyre and like Pride and Prejudice, Emma, all those types. And Frankenstein, I really like that, and I will be making a video on Frankenstein and the Frankenstein movie as well, which should be coming out later in Vlogmas. But this book is not a happy book. It really isn't. And it's not, I think I rated it 3 stars on Goodreads because I generally I just didn't really enjoy reading about Heathcliff doing all those things. And I feel like he's a fan favorite between people, and that's fine. I personally don't really like him because I think it was out of line for him to like hurt his son and like Linton's, I think it was his daughter. I think those are the people. And like all those things. I just don't understand where this movie is going. And obviously I know it's more marketable to say it's Wuthering Heights is like this like star-crossed lovers romance type thing, but it's not a romance. I don't even think it could be classified as a romance. I really don't, because she dies so soon, and like it's more of like a villain origin story if anything. And then Heathcliff is like, the rest of the book is literally Heathcliff. The story is about how Heathcliff had got Wuthering Heights, and like how all the people came to Wuthering Heights who are there when the guy, it's I don't know if you could classify it as epistolary. I don't think you can, actually. I don't think it's epistolary, but it's basically this guy comes to this house called Thrushcross Grange. I think that's what it is. And I wasn't really sure how that and Wuthering Heights were connected. It sounded almost like they were part of the same property but 2 different houses. I'm not really sure, but they're 2 houses kind of somewhat close together. And he's living at the Grange, and there's this old maid who's telling him stories about Heathcliff because she used to be a maid for Kathy. But anyway, it's that's what it is. It's all the stories of how the people ended up getting there, and they all involve Heathcliff being horrible and cruel. And I understand why he would be upset. I just think he's way out of line to be punishing people just for like existing, essentially. And like, he was really awful to Linton's sister, and Catherine, I think, is the worst one of all because she played Heathcliff and then she played her husband, who isn't very smart. It's just, the book is it's kind of dark. So to me, the trailer was portraying it as a story through Catherine's perspective about her and Heathcliff being in love, and like he comes back years later and he's like all well groomed and stuff, and like whatever the heck else is in it. And I'm like thinking to myself, how are you, if you had never read the book, that is so misleading. And it actually kind of makes me angry because it is so misleading that if you had never read the book and you went and watched that movie, and I'm assuming that it's still going to be true to the book, and they're just taking clips from the first quarter of the movie and like twisting it to make it seem like some sort of like great romance thing, the greatest love story ever told. You're in for a rude awakening. You really are. If it's crazy to me. It's insane. And especially because if people like Wuthering Heights enough to have a movie being made, why not just make the movie as true to the book as you possibly can and then market it that way? I feel like that would be so much better because the fan base must be really big for them to be able to make a profit off this movie. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm sour. I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's a little insane to me that they're doing that. Again, I don't know if it's like they might be making it that way, and if they are, then that's fine, but then they have to stop calling it a Wuthering Heights movie because at that point, it's not. I just wish they would be a little less deceptive about Catherine and Heathcliff, and especially Catherine, it being from Catherine's perspective, because if it is, then again, you're in for a rude awakening when she dies in like the lamest way possible in a fit of pure spite. She's like the biggest brat ever. I don't know, man. I don't know. I haven't taken one dang sip of my tea. So let's try this together. It's strong ginger. I think I let the tea bag steep in it maybe a little too long. It's good though. My go-to tea choice is usually Earl Grey, but we don't have any of that around, and it's like close to 4 o'clock, so I didn't think straight like 100% pure black tea was a good idea. It probably doesn't have that much caffeine, enough to keep me up, but I just wanted to play it safe. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the Wuthering Heights book and movie trailer. I know I didn't go too in depth into the book. Again, like I rated it 3 stars on Goodreads. It's not one that I have a super strong opinion on. I have a stronger opinion on how the movie is portraying the book in its trailer than on the actual book itself, because like it was fine. It's just not my cup of tea. It wasn't bad. I did enjoy it. But again, I don't really have a strong opinion on it, so I am not going to go super deep into detail on the book. Sorry about that if you wanted a super in-depth like analysis of it. I think it would be better if you were to just read it yourself and make your own opinion on it. But thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Let's Chat. Comment down below what your thoughts are on the Wuthering Heights trailer, if you liked it, if you didn't, if you're a little scared like I am that it's not going to be accurate or they're totally misleading us. And also comment down below what your favorite flavor of tea is. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget, Jesus loves you, and have a great rest of your day. Bye!